What's up everybody, I'm back with another video game review, and today I am playing Yoshi's New Island, released in 2014 I think, on the 3DS, and it's kind of a remake slash callback to Yoshi's Island, which was released on the SNES. I'll probably review both of those separately, if I ever do get the chance to play Yoshi's New Island. I don't know if I ever will. At least not anytime soon, but anyway, I did play this though. Once again, thank you to LikunMiffery for letting me borrow this game. It's a great thing for letting me do that. So, now, I got some notes on it though. Let's jump right into it, shall we? First off, I think the where babies come from thing at the beginning of the game is really funny. I think it's pretty funny. And moving on. About the graphics, they feel 3D on a 2D side scroller. It feels a little weird to try and combine the two, because there's like a bunch of 3D depth things, but it is really much just a 2D side scroller. I don't know, it works. It's just a little weird in my opinion. Now, this game came out a year before Woolly World did. If you want to see my review on Woolly World, you can go check out the game review playlist. Another LikunMiffery Let Me Borrow It game. I could see where some inspiration was taken from this game, New Island, into Woolly World. A lot of, eat stuff and get the eggs, and then you can throw the eggs, and then a lot of other stuff that you can do with that. That was basically adapted into wool stuff for Woolly World, so I think that's really cool. I do like that you can play on a different colored Yoshi based on the level. It kind of switches colors. Shows, that all the Yoshis are working together, but also you can play different colors. And while it doesn't really do much for the game other than just an aesthetic piece to it, it is pretty nice that you can do that. They kind of change. So I do wish that Baby Mario served a little more of a purpose. It's really hard to, it's like he doesn't really do anything at all, really, and it's just, yeah, I know he's a baby, and the goal is to get him to the end and reunite him and whatnot. I just wish, we've seen Baby Mario and Baby Luigi do stuff and like partners in time. It would have been nice to see a little bit of that. They can frickin' drive. Go back to Mario Kart. They can frickin' drive. And they can't even do anything here. Though it is pretty hard to lose Baby Mario. But you gotta watch in some of these where you can knock around and you can't get him because he's just too far away. And it's so, you gotta be really careful of that. But if you're careful, it's pretty hard to lose him, so. I do like that you get a lot of lives in the game. It's also really easy to start off. It's also really easy to get lives, so you really should never have a game over in this game unless you actively try to get one, which I don't know why you would, but it is, and so that's pretty nice as well. I also really like that the eggs you get from one level, if you have some spares left over, they transfer to the next level, so that's really nice. That you can have them to maybe explore some areas early on in the level that you otherwise couldn't, or just makes it a little bit easier at the beginning of a level, or like at a boss battle or something like that. So this game uses tilt controls for some stuff, and they aren't bad, but they're really unnecessary. I get it, it's on the 3DS handheld system, but man, they are just so unnecessarily. I don't understand why they were trying to push these motion controls so bad. Like, it's, I get they're there, but seriously, they don't matter at all. Just do something better. Make the game playable instead of trying to sell it as a 3DS marketing tool 3 years after it came out. Anyway, I digress. The levels are pretty short, and there are a lot of them, which is nice, but They are pretty short, so easy to get through. The game itself doesn't take that long to complete. I think someone said you could do it in like 3 hours or a little bit longer than that if you just speed run through everything. But kind of the point of the game is to do a little bit more exploration, get the collectibles, and get everything, do everything that there is to do in a level. That's where the playtime kind of goes up, and that's where the kind of the length comes into the game. But personally, I didn't really care to get all the collectibles. They just didn't really feel worth it. They do have a purpose. I mean, you get the collectibles, and you can do extra levels in a game, or even an extra world in the game, I think, as well. But I just didn't feel the motivation to get them. Like, it's cool to play the extra levels, but that wasn't enough of a motivation for me. A lot of them were really hard to get to. A lot of them just were in very weird locations that just didn't feel like they were worth the effort to go get, which kind of sucks, you know? So, oh well. One enemy that really got me in this game is the piranha plants. I think they're way too big, and you have so that makes you have to kill them to move on, and that can be pretty annoying because you shouldn't have to kill them, and you do, and that just can really slow down a lot of stuff. And they put them everywhere. Piranha plants are everywhere in this game, so get ready for that because you'll have to kill them to move on. There's a lot of very precise jumping you have to do to this game because the platforms are just so long that you have to do the most precise jump possible. Otherwise, you can't make the jump. And I know that that's fine and it's possible to do, but you have to be so specific that, and most people, nobody's perfect. You're not going to get it every time. And, can you make them just a little bit closer together? Or maybe just a little bit shorter to the ground? Something to make them just a teensy bit more accessible. That's all I'm asking for here. And I guess you just couldn't do that. Could you? Anyway, that's all I had for my notes. My final score for Yoshi's New Island. And my final thoughts, I guess. This game just is very bland to me. It's fun. It's got some cool stuff to it. And it's, a pretty simple platforming game. Just felt very bland, though. And I think a lot of the critics felt the same way. So my final score for Yoshi's New Island, I'm probably have to give it just a 5. No, not a 5. I'll give it a 7. Again, not great, but not horrible either. It's far from... It's way past the passable point, but there's a lot of stuff that they could have done better in this game, and that probably they should have done better. So, but anyway, if you've played Yoshi's New Island, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comments section down below. And that's going to do it for this game review, so stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more game reviews and other awesome stuff. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.